Welcome to my very short recap of Game 11 of the 2023 FIDE Women's World Chess Championship. This time the challenger had the white pieces and the defending champ had the black pieces. We saw another e4 opening, and this time it turned into the Italian game. And as with all the other openings that we've seen so far, both players seem to know the opening out to quite a few moves. The game review here on Lichess says that both players played almost perfectly, but not quite as perfectly as the last couple of games, where we've been seeing 99% accuracy and 3 cent-pawn losses, which is spectacular. This time we only saw 98% accuracy, which of course is still spectacular. The average cent-pawn loss for the players was 5 and 6 respectively. They were credited with 1 inaccuracy each, and it didn't come until move 30-something. I'm going to say 38. We're going to get there in just a second. Both players here are keeping the evaluation very close to even, although the defending champ with the black pieces looks like she's maintaining a very slight edge on a lot of these moves, minus 0.1, minus 0.2, and so on. When we get closer to move 38, there was an opportunity here. After 37 moves, this pawn has just attacked white's queen, protected by the rook and the knight. Stockfish says white's best move is queen to g2, queen to e1, or queen to f3. And the challenger played an inaccuracy of taking the pawn with the knight. And here's where the defending champ was also credited with playing an inaccuracy of playing the h-rook over to e8 to line up with the other rook. It's the second best move according to the suggested move list here on the engine. But apparently taking this pawn with the knight was, because it was inaccurate, it gave black an opportunity that the defending champ didn't see. I don't know that anybody else would have seen it either, because according to the engine, that move is playing bishop to g5, where it looks like it just can be taken with the pawn. And in fact, Stockfish says that is what white would play, is taking back with the pawn, and then black would take the pawn with the queen, which pins this knight to the king, and black would have a -1 advantage at that point, which, as we know, is very significant at this level of chess, not at our level of chess. However, I fail to see how that would be an advantage. And because of that, right before I started this video, I went through a long sequence of moves that you can see here just next to my camera view. I did play bishop to g5, which is what the engine suggested, and I played the best move suggested by the engine all the way out to here, this position, and as you can see, the advantage isn't -1 anymore, it's minus 0.3. So, going back to this position, if the defending champ had Stockfish playing in her head somehow, through some sort of implant or whatever, and had played the suggested move here to get the advantage of minus 1.1, best play by both players would result in just about the evaluation that we got anyway when she played her second best move. Except here this gives white a very slight advantage, but again, as you saw after I went through that long string of moves, the advantage was very close to 0 anyway. So I don't understand why that's an inaccuracy. I don't understand why the engine suggested what it did. It worked out even. It would have worked out even had they gone that route. But instead they went this route, and from here on out both players played their best moves on each turn until they got their extra time here after 40 moves, and they traded off their major pieces, as often happens in these games. And then they got a repetition here, and it was a draw. So except for that one inaccuracy there on move 38 by each player, which again I can't understand even following the line out to 11 moves or so after that, because it works out even anyway. It doesn't look like either player made any mistakes or inaccuracies. Once again, had nearly perfect play. 98% accuracy, as I said. The series is tied at 5.5 games apiece. There's 1 game left in regular classical time controls. That will be tomorrow. Of course, if either player wins that game, the championship will be over, and whoever wins that game will be the new Women's World Chess Champion. And if they draw that game, then we go into the tie breaks. I'll be paying attention. Hopefully you're paying attention too. This is pretty elite chess. Both of these women are playing just outstandingly. I just wish the games weren't so early in the morning that by the time I wake up, they've been over for a little while and I have to play catch up here. But thank you for spending your time here, and we'll see you next time.